start streaming. I'm going to go to
I wonder what hitting the start
me.
stream button could mean.
Go to edit, copy that. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Hate it when I forget that stuff that I didn't do. I'll have to do it later. I added the pride tag for an executable, so you can do the pride command, and I think it's funny. It is an exclamation point command. Where am I going? I'm being dumb. On-air announcements. I was supposed to be added to on-air announcements, and it looks like I'm not there.
Oops.
Where would I put this?
Self-promotion, maybe?
There's a self-promotion thing? I'm dyslexic and left-handed, so putting things on here is
Yeah,
there it is, self-promotion. Thank you.
Oh, fair.
It's like completely freezing. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I can't type. I guess I can't type that fast. Slow mode is enabled. Thanks, slow mode. It's reasonable. I mean, you don't want to spam it too fast.
The message.
Yeah, I know. I was being overcomplicated. Okay. So welcome back. We have an audience. I should probably look at that to see who pops in, because I didn't do like stream starting in 10 minutes. I just hit go. And what is Discord? Or sorry, what does Twitch do? It goes. Ta-da! That's right, Rizo. It works.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! I will give you nicknames
I just
because
have to wait for the page to load so I can look at the chat pop out.
Oh yeah. I'll have to go over here to chat. Oh wait, I can manipulate the channel? One part B. Did it update? Okay, good. Chat. There we go. Proud. Wait. Okay. We're going to recap from what was going on. The three of you, technically, because there is the audience anonymous bot character that isn't really part of the game, but is part of the game. It's always a background character, 100% background. And the three of you rode the bus with the bus driver in a very bumpy, long, windy road to the top of the summit known as Willard Peak. Willard Peak, in a wonderful area of Ogden, Utah, an actual place, an actual state, and it is a little removed from the truth of the area of Utah. And I only chose this area because when you look at it, you drive through it, it looks exactly like the landscape of any Transformers cartoon. Trees and nothing. Trees and nothing and a mountain. And that is exactly what it looks like. So Willard Peak overlooks the area of Salt Lake City and the Salt Lake, Reese, Ogden, and Salt Lake City. Once you get up to Willard Peak, you disembark from the vehicle. Your luggage is taken out. Some of your luggage got scrambled like eggs. The rest of you just basically came back and like, okay, we're finally here at our UN-sanctioned military base to do good to the community of Ogden. A wonderful city of maybe 10,000 people. A big issue for L.A.C.E pilots is that popularity generates the energies that power your suit. The wonderful substance known as bravado, which is generated by your literal performance on the battlefield or your meet and greets with people. A city this small and its suburbs probably will give you a lot of difficulty in trying to generate bravado. However, both of you had started off rather well and lowered the difficulty quite adeptly to be able to generate bravado for yourselves. Going back to your character sheets, just to remind you, Abyss, your difficulty is 6, and Raizo, your difficulty is 5. Raizo, you also have 2 bravado points right now. With that said, you came about your base commander, Tiger Mom, gave you the normal spiel, hello, and pretty much threw you into the thick of things. You had a small interview with some media types who asked some very tough questions, throw you no curveballs. And then the next thing that happened is that you were thrust into your suits and you were told, shit's happening now. Oh, we also chose base advancements. Oh, that's right. We did choose base advancements. You remember that?
We did.
Yeah. You got a crime watch, which gave you +1 to initiative, and then you choose some base advances. You got the Osprey, didn't you?
Yeah.
Modified Osprey. Mm-hmm. And then you also got an extra hanger. And what else did you get? Interviewer's Lounge.
We got something that gives us +2 initiative to armor, but I don't remember what it is.
That was the modified Osprey, gave you +1. But it occupies a whole hanger.
Yeah, no, this is something different.
Yeah, what I wrote down was Crime Watch, Parade, Interviewer's Lounge, Modified Osprey, Extra Hangar, Full Gym, and Repair Bay.
Ah, right. Crime Watch. Right, because you had some 2 advancements, Crime Watch and the Parade, which you have declined to take the Parade now, and you will take later, if I remember correctly.
Yes, thinking on it now, that may not have been such a good idea.
Well, we'll see. Okay. So when you want to use your repair bay for doing things like enacting repairs, do speak up. You'll get the chance to do it, and we will do so later. Okay, that was the interviewer's questions. All right, so what we rolled was a disaster. Building had collapsed. It looks like it collapsed. There are quite a few trapped drones in here in various states of duress. So let's do 1d6 plus 6. Oh boy, 12 total drones.
Ugh.
Awesome. Every round, the narrator, I, will roll 1d6, and on a 1, a drone goes inactive due to being crushed. To rescue one, the target number is 5. Every 4 over rescues 1 drone. Remember, the 4 over mechanic on a difficulty of 5 is going to start at 9 and then 13. So if you rolled a total of 13, that'd be 3 individuals you would have rescued. Now then, first things first. Without the help of the modified Osprey or any of the other base upgrades, it would count for you if you have something on your suit that gives you a bonus to initiative. And let's see here. I was looking at both of your character sheets. That's right. Abyss, you have a tactical advisor support commander.
Oh, that must be what the +2.
Yes. It increases your initiative total by 2. That is on all the time. So if I ever ask you to roll initiative and you have access to your tactical advisor, you are doing 1d10 plus 2 for initiative.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. If both of you would please roll 1d10, and Raizo, you get 1d10 plus 2. We'll see who goes first.
Wait, did that work?
Abyss gets the plus 2.
Oh,
Whoops.
That's quite all right. So Abyss rolled a total of 9. Raizo rolled a total of 9. Oh, remember what I mentioned earlier? Automatic teamwork mechanic. Congratulations. So the two of you are loaded up into your suits. The suits are bolted on around you. A big, huge display pops up. The sport commander starts yelling into your ear immediately, and that soft, what is that? That pilot on an airplane getting their microphone really close to the deepest part of their throat and talking to you in a barely audible form. But hey, this is future tech. It's future sci-fi, and you can hear them just fine for some strange reason. Maybe it's the subtitles. So your support commander, which is directly under you in the hierarchy of the chain of command, talks to you and says, "Greetings, pilot. We have a immediate disaster situation where a building has collapsed. This is in training mode. This is an identical setup to your pilot training uniforms. So you should be very familiar with this as you have been trained a lot on this particular situation. There are an unknown number of individuals in the rubble. We need you to retrieve them as quickly as possible. Be forewarned, this is a training exercise. Sorry, I couldn't think. This is a training exercise, and you will be gauged upon your ability to perform. Be forewarned, all the individuals in the rubble are drones. Expect them to be ready for assistance now. Everyone gets the green light to act. You literally walk out of that little hangar right here. It says L.A.C.E, and that big white square right in front of the hangar supports a riser, a set of bleachers where all of the mayors of Ogden, Reese, and Salt Lake, a Cybertronian diplomat, the base commander Tiger Bomb, and several other individuals of importance, such as media, mayor assistants, and so on and so forth. So you've got a populated, overlooking set of bleachers and a pile of rubble below.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Now then, we have the teamwork mechanic that is happening. You are going to both act together. One of you is going to be the primary person who acts. The other person is going to assist. You choose that between yourselves now.
Which would you prefer? Would you prefer to be on assistance, or would you prefer to be on act?
I would probably go assist first.
Okay.
That'd probably be Charlotte's inclination.
Mm-hmm. Then I guess I'll be the primary actor. All
Okay.
right.
So, since you're the primary actor, what would you like to do?
I would like to use who's processing to investigate the situation and prep myself to actually be able to get the drones out and stuff.
Perfect. Okay. So, the skill that has been claimed is processing. Raizo, what you will do is you will roll processing. So, where is your processing?
See, my processing is a 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said processing's a stat. I'm silly. I thought you said investigation. That's where I was going with that. Abyss, you were talking about. I'm sorry.
Right. Investigation is under intelligence.
Oh, okay, right. Investigation. So you're talking about rolling investigation. Raizo,
Yes.
where is your investigation? Is the question I meant to ask.
Oh, I have not yet placed it.
All right. So where under those 6 stats would you like to play it?
That's a good question.
Roll randomly 1d6 and see where it lands.
Yeah, I think I'll try that.
All right.
If I'm understanding your description of sonar well enough, probably for my own actions, I would use sonar rather than investigation most of the time.
Correct. But sonar answers a question. It doesn't give you a skill bonus. Well, that says processing. Investigation under processing?
I'll go with it.
All right. So you're going to roll 1d4 plus 5. And this is how it's going to work. The target number for you... Oops, wrong document. Boy, when you have so many documents open, you don't even know where you are. Okay, so the target number is 6. If you make a 6 or higher, you get +1 to her action. If you make a 10, she gets +2. Got it?
Got it.
All right.
Nice.
1d4 plus 5 is an 8. Congratulations. That's a +1. All right, so Raizo, for you and your second action, you can still do whatever you want. That's not attached to the teamwork mechanic. However, since Abyss said that they're going to go first, you're acting with a +1. Now, Abyss, you're investigating, correct?
I have investigated, yes.
Yes. All right. So your investigation is 1d6 plus 2. And you're getting a +1 on there, so it's 1d6 plus 3.
Oh, right.
The system may know what you're doing. All right. Syntax. If I roll 1d6 explodes plus 3, just like that, see the X on there?
Mm-hmm.
If I put XO6, it explodes on 6. So 1d6 explodes plus 3. We're going to start using the explode commands.
Okay.
That way, if it rolls the highest value, it automatically rerolls. Okay. So congratulations. Your total roll is right there in front of me, is a 5. Okay, so your investigation yields to you that yes, there are definitely individuals here. They're definitely under distress, and I am going to now do something else.
Oh,
remember where it is? It's right there. Ah, of course. All right, so this is called the twist. Now you look at the rubble and you see the little droid, little robot there. It's a little spindly thing with round joints and gray appendages. They look like 1-inch solid tubes of biceps and forearms and little bitty round nubs with fingers coming out of it. They look fragile. Their heads are round and they're friend shaped, and they just have artificial smiles on them being projected by LEDs across their face. They don't have hair, they just have what could be your basic skeletal appearance that a droid would have. They're not amazing, they're just in distress because they're caught underneath the rubble. Now, with that, on your next roll, I'm going to give you a +1.
+1.
Mm-hmm. And what would you like to do on your next roll?
All right. My next roll, I think I would like to use athletics to act against the environment and try and get as many of the little guys as I can out.
Okay, your athletics is under dexterity, so you're going to roll a d4 plus 7.
Yep.
Now, are you going to have your beast help you?
I think I shall.
Oh, okay. So that puts you on a d4 plus 8. Look at that. Congratulations. You've rolled decent. Actually, you crossed the 10 threshold. That's a pretty good roll. So, because of all those bonuses that you put on there, you actually rescue 2 drones. You pull
Yay!
yourself in there and you start moving some rubble around. You get your hands wrapped around a couple of other hands and you start pulling people out. And there are 2 drones. And of course, they give you the check marks on their faces, letting you know that they have been successfully rescued. And there's some applause in the audience, like, yay, they've started, but there's not much applause.
Ah, damn.
Some golf claps.
It's just some golf claps. Yeah, there you go. That's some basic golf claps. Okay. Back to you, Raizo. You have just helped. You stood by Abyss's character, or what is known as the Punch Bunny, and you both have pointed out a couple of things. Okay, these are drones. All right, that place looks a little easy to grab, and you just give some basic information. That rubble looks loose, and Abyss is like, yes, and reaches in there and pulls out 2 drones. You're like, all right. What would you like to do for your second action?
I'd like to clear some rubble out of the way.
Clear some rubble out of the way. And this is in attempt to make it easier to rescue people or to rescue people.
Ideally, it's to get it off some of the people, but if it gets it out of our way so we can move around better, all the better.
All the better. Well, you do kind of need to choose an effect. Your character can do either or. And what skill would you like to use for this? I'm assuming you would like to do athletics or brutality.
Yeah, I think that athletics would make the most sense.
Okay, and I think you haven't placed athletics anywhere yet. Where would you like to place it?
I'd like it under dexterity as well.
Dexterity. All right. I have it saved under dexterity. So you are rolling 1d4 plus 4, unless there's something else going on here that I'm not aware of. And I will give you one additional clue one additional piece of advice as far as systems concerned. You have a speed bonus. One says action, one says attack. Those are once per engagement bonuses. You only get to use them once. So you get because you are quick and you are capable, you have an action speed bonus of +3 that you may declare at any time.
Oh.
And on your character sheet, Abyss, it is also a +3. So I think you both have the slim suit.
Yeah,
we do.
I think we both do.
Yeah. So if you would like to use it, you may say that you're going to use it. If you don't want to, just go ahead and roll as you normally would. And I'm going to give you a target number of 6. All right. Well, you made a 7. You clear out debris and get everything a little bit more or less chaotic on your second action, and you move some things around. You get a stage. You literally make a staging area. The difficulty to rescue an individual has been permanently reduced to a 4 from here on out.
Ooh.
Yeah. This puts us back at the top of the combat round, but however, I get to roll a 1d6, and on a 1, someone has passed. 4. Nobody has passed. Right? Yay. We're going to go back to initiative, so please roll your 1d10s. And do not forget, Abyss, you have a 1d10 plus 2. Good job.
Give me one moment, just a minor browser malfunction.
Minor, huh? Doesn't sound minor.
I'm switching browsers. That makes it minor.
Oh, okay. Your browser didn't explode. Oh, my goodness. I made salsa. It was good. Delicious. Oh, look at you, an 8. All right, so top of the combat round looks like Rhizomatic. You are first to act. This is the start of the combat round. You have not used any upgrades. So there's nothing in cooldown. Starts fresh. You have your entire character sheet available to you. What do you do now?
Well, I've cleared the way, so I'm going to try to pull some more folks out of harm's way.
All right. Is this another athletics, brutality? Um, I didn't even take a hardness roll.
What was hardness again?
Hardness is acting against the stresses imposed upon you. I'd say a fallen building is quite stressed.
Yeah, I'll go hardness. Can I put that under expression?
I will put it under expression. There it is. So that is a 1d4 plus 2 for you. Your target number is 4. Well, that is what we call barely scraping by.
It wasn't as hard as I thought, but I was just hard enough.
You're just like, oh, okay. And you use some leverage. You get your suit wedged in there, and all of a sudden you see the gleaming face of a robot's eyes blinking up at you, and that robotic smile. And you're like, "Come out, little buddy!" And you pull out little buddy, and it comes up, and it goes blink, check mark, and no one applauds. Nobody applauds. You're like,
Maybe it's just I was too busy going, "Duh, what a cute robot."
You were so cute. It is beginning to dawn on you that this is taking a while and this is going slow. Your second action, Raizo.
Would it be plausible for Charlotte to start considering that there's no real people here?
Oh, yes. It's obvious because they're robots.
Might I use my weapon systems to clear the way further?
Oof.
Oh no.
All right. You have a base cracker or a disruptor or just the general horny hammer. It is an overcharged weapon. You could absolutely baseball slam shit away.
Yeah, I would really enjoy just, hitting a home run on all of this debris.
Well, let's see how much of this debris that you can take out. I will not raise the difficulty. I'm going to keep it at a 4. However, if you roll a 1, I'm going to throw an innocent into the mix.
It's fair.
Now, I'll also remind you do have bravado to spend. Do you know what your bravado will do for you?
Doesn't it explode the dice?
No, it can explode the dice easier. It gives you +2 to the face value of the roll and other things. It also allows you to take narrative control, activate certain other things. But I think for you, the easiest thing that it could do right now is give you +2 to the face value of your dice. Because you are rolling a 1d4 plus 3.
I think that rather than using bravado, I'm going to use my speed action bonus.
It should be an attack action bonus, but yes.
Oh, attack action bonus. I think I would use that.
Okay, so that's a +1. So you're rolling a 1d4 plus 4. Not bad. It's a 6. So you're like, they're not taking this very, very seriously, are they? You're like, all right, you pull out that bat, and you wind up for the pitch, and you knock a nice chunk of cement out of there, and you watch it rise into the air, and you get a couple of ooh. And as a robot stands up, and it's not as surprised as everybody else is, and it just has this little check mark come by upon it. I go ding ding. You now have a total. Your both of you, your support commander, reaches into your ear and whispers with the ASMR tone, "You have now saved 4 individuals. Unknown number remaining." Yes, guess whose turn it is now?
My turn.
That's right. After hearing
right.
that charm, you've rescued 4 of an unknown number of trapped individuals. You realize you have no idea how many individuals there are or the best way to strategize this. How would you like to change tactics or continue doing the same?
That's a great question. Do we know what upgrades that the other person has?
These are robots. They have no upgrades. These are training drones.
No. I mean, like our coworkers, our
Oh,
at
yes,
least
yes. Your
combatants.
support commander will answer any question about that at all. Yes. So you would know that Raizo has sonar.
Hey, Rizo, do you know how many robots are or Charlotte? Do you know how many robots are left to get?
I consult my sonar.
Consult your sonar. Since this is the first time you've actually consulted your sonar, and without using too much meta knowledge, I'm going to give you the exact number of individuals that are here now. You ready for this?
Yes.
I have to. There are. Plus, there was 12 before, minus 4 rescued. Jesus. Your sonar goes whoop, blom. There are 14 individuals remaining in the rubble.
Are there any grouped together?
There are always some grouped together. Of course they're grouped together.
Well, then
a lot.
I'm going to lead to the biggest group.
To the biggest group. Now, Raizo, you asked that question assuming that this is kind of a pre-setup thing where I have a bunch of hidden tokens on there or something of the like. You can, with the point of bravado, say that there are multiple trapped in a pocket of rubble. You just say, I spend a point of bravado. I'm going to take the narrative action. I would like a whole bunch to be grouped up in a pocket of rubble. Is this okay? And I would say, yeah, that's generic enough that I'm going to allow that narrative control to be given to you by a point of bravado. Remember, this is a Saturday morning cartoon, not a strategy game.
Right. I do have to remember that.
Yeah. Well, then I will spend a point of bravado.
Awesome.
to point out a location.
Yes.
And designate that is the largest group of trapped survivors.
There! I want those. All right. And how will you open up the pathway to them?
Well, that's a great question because it's my turn.
Yeah.
I think I would like to use brutality to open up the path.
Awesome. Now then, you've already used your alien beast companion last action.
Mm-hmm. So it's cooling down, right?
Correct. Is in 2 action cooldown, which means the action that you took, you've taken 2 actions. Actually, it's back up now. It's only down for 2 actions. So your second action of your last round and the first action of this round that you've already taken, right? Or did I miss that? And it should be back up now as this is your second action of this combat round, right?
But this is the first action that...
Oh, okay. It'll be up next action then.
Okay. In that case, I'll go with athletics first and then brutality next.
Nice. Splitting up those stats. Very strategic of you. All right, so we've got a 1d4 plus 6. You're trying to get to that group of people. Your target number is still a 4.
Hey, at least I got a 6.
Oh no, you still succeeded. Okay, so how ones work in this system is that I give narrative or bonuses to your opponents. You don't fail, you don't automatically fail. You just give up the bonus that you would have received to somebody else. However, there is no real enemy in this situation. So a 1 and their bonus isn't going to happen. However, if you were fighting the BBEG right now, they would go, "Ooh, thank you for this wonderful bonus from your very powerful weapon. I'll now use it to smash your face in." Different situation, different bonus. All right, so you walk right on over, stompy, 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 to that area, and you're like, "Oh, okay, this is it." And you just start parting the seas like Moses. Yeah, let my people go. And you bend rebar and you move things and you see a bunch of smiling faces looking up at you. There are 3. Wow, just 3? Okay. 3 robots plus the one that you had gotten before. I'm sorry, plus the one for the success on this. That's a total of 4 robots in this area. You have now rescued a majority. You've crossed the halfway threshold.
Yay!
Yeah, those were your 2 actions.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
done
second
my
action.
talent
You are
yet.
now on your second action. And
All right.
yes.
I look to Charlotte and the next biggest group of bots.
Do I need to spend another point of bravado to
You
That's a great
would to
declare another
duplicate
grouping?
the same effect, yes.
Okay, never mind.
No.
But hey, there is an action you could take to instantly give yourself bravado too. That is what
Yes.
performance arts is for.
So, in that case, I will spend my other point of bravado
Okay.
to vehemently point that away.
That away!
No.
It's right there! Alright, second verse, same as the first. Would you like to use your action speed on your brutality, as I think you were using brutality on this second action?
Yes.
Would you
I
like
would like to use my action speed and my beast companion.
Ooh. You're going to roll 1d6 plus 8.
1d6 plus 8.
Hey, at a target number of 4, that's already 2 people you're pulling out of the rubble before you even roll.
Oh, shit!
Wow, is that a 6?
That's a 6. I forgot to add the explode.
That's a 6, so now you're rolling 1d6 plus 14?
Oh.
That's a 16. Oh my goodness. Well, let's count the 4 overs. From 4 to 8 is plus 1, so there's 2. 8 to 12 is 3. 12 to 16 is 4. And I'm going to roll the d6 for free individuals. 4. Oh my god. Okay. So, the punch bunny, power bunny, just looks at the sonar equipped lass and goes, "Hey, kawaii chick, where's the next group?" And he's like, "Oh, there's even a bigger group over here." And you're like, "Good," and you just run up to it and just literally just rubble flies in every direction, and all of a sudden 8 drones are just standing there, and you just see 8 check marks turn from smiles.
That's really funny. It's 8 of them.
8 of them. 8 of them. There were only 14 total.
Wait, you got bonus drones.
You got bonus drones. And that took 2 actions. You saved 16 people on 2 actions, working together and using the exploding mechanic. Now you might see how you are actually more capable than you thought you might be.
Yeah.
All right, so the individuals look at there and they're like counting up, and all of a sudden you see in the tally board it goes poot, tink, tink, and it goes all drones rescued, and the timer stops. And everyone just goes, "Really? What? Really? Yeah!" And people get more excited. And they're just surprised that you were able to do this so quickly, so effectively. You come out, you're in your suits. and you start walking away from the area and the rubble and the debris, and you walk over to the media individuals, and they're shaking your hands, and they start getting really familiar with you. They're like, "Wow, Charlotte, I can't believe that you were so tactically ready to help them with all of this. That was quite amazing. Your sciences must be you must be kind of very experienced. You must be genius. You must be aware of all of this. And wow, Punch Bunny, your little creature here, what a little ruffian to be able to help you lift giant boulders.
Yes, he's very good.
Little
I
muscle
rub
bunny
its
over
head.
here, and you're like, flex. We can't have a nice little happy moment like this without being interrupted, it being the earliest part of the game, can we?
Of course.
Where's that other boot? It's got to fall.
That boot. Das Boot. So you're all talking to each other, congratulating each other, shaking each other's hand. All of a sudden, the base's air raid siren goes off. What time of day is this?
I don't know,
Mid-afternoon?
Mr. Environment. It's
Mi-
probably
Sun is
probably
not even
mid-afternoon.
setting yet. It's early evening. But there is a darkness coming from Ogden. A dark, dark mass from over there. Because that's foreboding, right?
Yeah, it's very foreboding.
So, a mass of darkness starts to float and meander and crawl up the scene as the second boot falls. And you look around and you're like, what is this? And all of a sudden someone screams as a spider crawls from under their sleeves. And then all of a
Ew.
sudden on you're like, what? You're about to react, and you notice that your hands, they're covered in spiders. You're like, wait a minute, what the hell? Your feet. Spiders are growing
What
in a
the fuck?
mass. There is a mass of spiders, like a wave, a tidal wave of spiders. Like, that's a bit much.
That's a lot of
Ugh.
spiders. Soka. Oh, I hope no one's afraid of spiders.
I hope no one's afraid of spiders, ladies and gentlemen, because there's 1,000 of them. There's at least 2.
Yeah, there is at least 2. I can definitely count on that.
Now, this is in the world of Cybertronians, so seeing Cybertronians is something that you could expect. A very, very large, compared to you, robotic creature starts to peek out in this mass of spiders, as the spiders seem to be lifting him aloft.
Oh my god.
A very thin but tall individual with a long face and a strange hairstyle for a robot that extends straight back from its head. A V-shaped decoration that leads to a couple of transparent abdominal panels and a very purpley motif. A giant, and I do mean giant, Decepticon emblazoned logo across its right shoulder. This individual sets down on the tarmac not too far from the lot of you, smiling.
I don't approach, but I yell, what's the deal with the spiders?
What the hell's the deal with the spiders? Let's see here. I put the text, his statements a little out of sorts, so I have to look for it real quick. I'm going to have to go back and change that. He puts his hand out, and then he reaches into his chest, placing his fingers upon his chest, not his entire palm. He likes to talk with his hands. He says, I am a herald of the most powerful Decepticon in the known universe. And he kind of gives you a little smile, expecting one of you to go, That one? And he's just like,
I kind of stare blankly.
living in
Nani?
ignorance is fine. Oh, living blissfully unaware of the evil is better than succumbing to its power. Remain ignorant, and we can be at peace. He says, clasping his hands together, smiling a little sinisterly at you. Like, yeah.
Well, you
So
can't just be a herald and then be like, "Oh, I'm not going to tell you anything." What? Herald the information.
Herald your information, motherfucker. He repeats what he said. He says, remain ignorant, and we can be at peace. I propose a truce of trust.
I stare at everyone else like, "What are we? I don't think this doesn't feel trustworthy."
Stay any action you may take on Utah Raptorplex. We will evict the Autobots and install our own power structure. Any action on your behalf will be interpreted as an act of war.
Oh. You know our whole thing is keeping neutrality, right? And like not the what I don't think this is neutrality, my guy.
Don't get ahead of yourselves. You're small and inconsequential. I don't suspect there'll be anything from you.
But why did you come here if you weren't inviting us to act?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, on the balls on this one. He stands nice and tall, and he says, and he shrugs his shoulders, and he says, "It's the only offer I'm going to give."
I didn't hear
I'm
any
gonna
offer. I just heard a threat.
Yeah, no.
You want to go?
You want to kick this guy's ass?
Do you want to kick this guy's ass? And he goes. He lets his long finger wave in the air, and his form kind of slowly backs off as the mist reveals a very bigger than him, large red robot, and he's just chomping at his own bit, trying to get at you. And he says, "No, I'm holding my forces at bay." And he kind of leans in, side-eyeing you with a sinister smile. Don't you think that the truce of trust is the least we can offer each other?
Are we the ones supposed to be negotiating?
I ready my spark disruptor.
Yeah.
Crackle, crackle.
Yeah, I feel like hey, oh god, I don't even know what weapon I chose. I feel like she's probably readying whatever primary weapon she has too, because she's like, this doesn't feel like, this feels just like a threat.
Of course it's a threat. It's absolutely a threat. But the real question is, what is Tiger Mom doing?
Yeah, what is Tiger Mom doing? That's a great question.
You have on your radar systems a Player 3 has entered the arena. Allied System Training Suit 001.
I do not speak up about to that, but I glance over at Charlotte like, you see this?
I'm continuing to glare at Mr. Sinister over here.
A support commander comes across the team and says, we're not equipped to take this on. If you know what this is.
Cybertronian, obviously, but okay. Did someone ready? He muttered her quietly. Did someone ready up?
Someone ready up. And in that instance, you hear Tiger Mom in training suit 1. Girls, I don't know how to help you on this.
Fuck.
Great.
We are in a legal dispute with the Autobot headquarters. And the only thing I could do is make sure no harm comes to either of you at this point in time.
What are we supposed to? I mean,
What are we
I'm just
supposed to do? I heard that.
Shush. I'm just like, hey, because like if I feel like I'm getting conflicting messages. Is the obvious antagonist is saying, "Oh, don't fight." Hey, the boss is like, this might be a bad idea." Support is also like, this is a bad idea." But everything else signaling from the Decepticon is like, hey, we should fucking fight about it.
We should fight about it. You fucking want to go, huh? You fucking want to go, huh? Square up. That is a decision that is ultimately up to you. And I do not want to shoehorn you either way. Because until you give the we're rolling initiative announcement, he's put an offer at the table. You can try to negotiate it if you feel like you have the chops to negotiate further with him.
I don't think so. I don't have the chops to negotiate. Charlotte might, but I know I don't. I look to Charlotte like, what's your decision on this? Because I want to fight, but do you want to fight?
I continue to glare at the Decepticon, and I kind of like side mouth over to you. Follow my lead.
Okay.
I will remind you that both of you have mantras and we haven't used them yet. Now look at your mantra and see how that would apply right now.
Oh, I see how that would apply right now.
If you spend a mantra point, your next action will have a +4.
Awesome. Well, I'm following her lead, so I'm gonna hold off on my action and until I see what the lead is.
So what is the lead, Rizo?
I'm gonna try, a diplomatic ploy.
Oh, okay.
Gonna throw out some Decepticon lore at this fool.
What?
Give him some what for of trusted Decepticons. Absurd. What about what happened? I don't know, with
many times before. Pick an example. What happened in the War of 05? What happened in 2010? What happened when?
What about season 2, episode 3?
Yeah. Yeah. That one particularly. Skewed Decepticons have a trade history.
And I'd like to use an academia role on this.
Ow! You gotta know some facts, are you? See, let's lay down some facts to this effort.
So it should be 1d6 plus 5.
I'm not even looking at your character sheet, so I assume that you have that correct. Now I'm looking at your character sheet. You are correct. An 8. An academia role. It's like, yeah, you Decepticons can't be trusted. What about season 2, episode any of them?
All right. In that case, I follow. In that case, I follow the lead, and I would like to help with like I would like to help control the situation and by basically being like by basically like watching and seeing how they're reacting, aka using processing. So I would like to put control under processing, and I would like to and and I would like to go with like, hey, what would I like to go with?
Well, you put control. This is deciding how other people's act, so you're definitely telling them.
Okay. Yeah, I said, hey, yeah, I tell the I say, yeah, you, I say, hey, hey, um, basically like, yeah, what, leave a, hey, I say, hey, I basically say, hey, yeah, you don't want to, we have evidence to not trust you, who, who, we're, so, who, who, I may
You want
not
a
can figure out
line?
what I'm saying. Huh?
You want a line? You want some help?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So you can't think of what you would want to say, but you definitely want to have this individual realize that this conversation may not be the wisest thing. He
Yeah,
underestimates you,
exactly.
so to speak. You can literally say, "Oh, don't underestimate Lace," as your knuckles crack with a big baseball bat.
You know what? That's so true.
Oh, that
I say,
sounds great, doesn't it?
yeah, had, had, I, s- yeah, I just don't underestimate Lace. And do I have to roll control for that?
That is the end result of your goal, I do believe. So you'll
Yes,
be
that
rolling
is.
control and processing, so that's a D4 plus 2. And you have used your action. Okay, well that's 5. It's not bad. If I took you a basic on a 4, let's go into the meta of it real quick. Oh, wrong document. Of course it's the wrong document. I have to go to the right document. And scroll all the way down to the bottom. All right, control. Characters with similar mantras have lower target numbers than different mantras. Stark contrasting mantras have raised target numbers. Most NPCs have no mantra. Most. This is an NPC with a mantra. And we're going to say that your mantras are stark contrasting. So you look intimidating with your bat, which gives him a scoff. You go, what about the Decepticons in 08? Bastards. To which he simply backs off and says, oh, let's not get hasty. He's still smirking, like you can just tell he has something up his sleeve that he's not showing you right now.
The spiders, obviously.
Spiders everywhere, spiders. He says, let's not be too hasty. I came as a herald, and I pray you never find out for whom. But today, we leave as friends. And as long as you uphold that bargain, we'll stay as such. You have my word.
Not your bosses, though.
And with that, he steeples his fingers and then begins to rise up, cover up his red friend. It's the last
I lower
chance
my
to
weapon.
you lower your weapon. He last chance to do something.
I also lower my weapon because, okay, it did not escalate to a fight. I'm not sure we would have won that, but I was ready to fight if we needed to.
Well, we can run you through a simulation if you'd like. That's something we could do. So he smiles and he starts to bid his goodbyes, and across the landscape he starts to rumble down it and off into the distance. He goes, no longer in camera frame, and Tiger Mom just basically exhales. She's behind you and her guns just hit the floor and she's like, oh. Very happy that a fight didn't happen out. She takes her helmet off and she looks at you and she says, that was a damn good decision. You didn't back down and you didn't give in. And she turns around and she looks at the media and she says to them very directly, do you see that? That is how we will protect you. We will not give in to the tyranny, and we will make certain that the best outcome happens for all. And with that, she goes away with everybody. The mayors and whatnot who are saying, you've trained these ladies well. And she's like, I didn't train them. They came pre-trained from the UN pilots training course. They were trained very well by our lovely UN training facilities. Right, girls?
Yes.
Right. The two of you are desuited. The episode basically winds down. That was the big conflict of the episode. And you passed it without going into a violent conflict.
We did. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that would have ended like, hey, Punch Bunny. Hey, like, I don't think that. I'm pretty sure she was like, okay, I don't know what to do. What? But if we fight, it's a bad idea. If we give in, it's a bad idea. This is a horrible situation all around.
It really was. So we're going to say that you did well. Okay, so every rolled one is a +1 performance arts TM to that pilot is uniquely inferior. Okay, there's only one rolled one in the entire engagement. Guess who rolled that one?
Me.
Yeah. Now, was there collateral damage? No, not really. And it took 2 combat rounds to do this entire thing. You were under scrutiny. The entire media recorded everything you did, every camera angle you can think of. So you go into a debriefing room with Tiger Mom, of course, and your support commanders, and you go over everything. No, you didn't do that. No, you didn't do that. Well, actually, you did do that. You did do that. Cool. All right. So because it took you 2 combat rounds, which was 1 combat round longer than anticipated, your performance arts bravado target number goes up by 1.
Okay.
Now, it could have gone up by 3, but you were able to resolve the twist in 1 combat round. You exploded on a roll, but you also botched on a roll. So some of those things kind of canceled themselves out. But at the same time, it could have been much worse. You were targeted to net a 0 adjustment on your bravado target number, and that is how you can gauge your overall performance on this. There are a couple of mistakes. You didn't realize the severity of the situation early enough to warrant your absolute dedication to trying as hard as possible on the onset. The sonar and the assistance and the bravado, all very helpful and all very effective at making certain that you were armed with the information you needed to act to the best of your ability. Once you had that in place, you started to act in a steamrolling effect. So they have a chart on there. Few people rescued, and all of a sudden, whoop, straight up to everybody rescued. And they're like, you see the difference in decision making.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you get this whole spiel. This is quite essentially us going over the details of what happened, and then the big thing: you did not get shown up by this character, and boom, Tiger Mom puts this big giant manila envelope on the table. Pictures fly out with a name card on there: Arachno Arcano.
Yeah, that's a fitting name. He really likes the spiders.
Yep, that's his name. You did not want to engage him, she says, we are 2 girls short of a full engagement squad. I do not see this going over well, especially since she brought over his partner, Red Mungo.
Oh God. So that's a. I wouldn't like that name I wouldn't like that name on a human. I really don't like that name on a Decepticon.
You may find more information about these individuals by doing a street search task later on. We'll get into that. But basically, it's a little uncomfortable, and Tiger Mom is mostly uncomfortable because she did not expect to have any Cybertronian menace approach you at all. You're supposed to be too small, too under the radar. And she says, I think this may work to our advantage. It means the Decepticons are scared.
Yeah. Why else would they send someone?
They sent their second in command.
They sent their. Oh my god. Okay.
So respectfully, when do we get to engage him?
Well, confidently, girls, when you power up. If you want to learn more about him and run some simulations to see what you need to do on them, there are some tasks that we can get into. However, this is supposed to be the delineation to the end of the first game.
Okay.
This is the cutoff point. And with that, you get XP.
Yay!
So this is called a plot point, where something big happens. Your interaction with Arachno Arcano is big. That sets up and begins to set up your interactions through him. Right now, there's been no yield on either of your sides, so it's pretty much neutral. So I'm going to say you're going to get the very high-end reward tier of 3 XP.
Ooh.
Ooh.
There is a possibility to get 4 XP. I say you would have deserved that if you got the arena taken care of in 1 combat round. So very close to getting the full XP. Now then, Gravis, you have 53 XP. You've only spent 46. You have 7 XP hanging about.
Ooh, I would like to make something out of that.
Yeah. Right now, if you would like to spend XP on an upgrade, we randomly roll it. What upgrades you do know of that you may choose are what either of you have.
Ah, I see.
So if you look at Abyss's character sheet and you say, Raizo, you look at Raizo's character sheet. I was like, Abyss, that's 2 people, right? If you look at Raizo's character sheet and you say, I want kawaii, I want to be cute, you spend the 2 XP and you've got it. But you have 7. If you want Spark Disruptor, you got it. Raizo, you have 3 XP. You may roll randomly. To remind you, a tier 1 XP or a basic upgrade is only 2 XP. So if you want a D6 and a skill, 2 XP. Performance arts, primary weapons, or secondary weapons, depending on which one you prefer, are areas that will help you in combat and regaining bravado. Abyss, you do not have performance arts at this time. You have it placed somewhere, but you're ready to put points into it. Same with you, Raizo. You also don't have skill points in your primary weapon, Raizo. So those are 2 areas that you can, in the short, just put points into. Or we can roll randomly for an upgrade.
I will say that when it comes to upgrades that I know of, the sonar seems really useful.
Well, you already have a character with sonar, and unless you guys get separated, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to be at 2 different locations at the same time.
Oh, okay.
7
Splitting
XP
up is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, 7 XP upgrades are very powerful. They should just break rules.
Okay. In that case, I don't think I have any upgrades to my primary weapon.
You don't.
I would like to do something regarding that.
Okay. I would suggest you buy the basic upgrade for your primary upgrade.
All right, I will do that.
And then we roll randomly for that. I have to come over here now.
What do I roll?
I'll go look now.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through as well.
Get there eventually. I'm still on utility upgrades. You know, I just finished the Transformers utility upgrades, and there are 100 major upgrades.
Oh my god.
You'll be rolling a d10.
Okay.
All right, good old Malay.
Malay.
Yeah. Fisticuffs, hand to hand.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, melee. I was like, what are you talking about?
Handheld weapons of any type, including your fists, swords, maces, clubs, etc., etc., etc. Would you also like to purchase the skill, or would you like to get up to a power up for that weapon?
I think I would also like to purchase a skill.
All right. Where would you like to put your primary weapon skill?
My primary weapon skill. I think I would like to put that under. I feel like it's probably a good idea to put that under strength.
All right. Primary weapon under strength. 2 XP. Done. Would you like to increase your performance arts to a D6?
I think I would. That's probably a good idea.
All right. Then that is 52 experience spent. Rizo, what are the protocols that you have?
Let's see. Protocols. Da. Where do those go?
Utility upgrade area.
There it is.
It's 1 XP. You have fighter.
Yes.
All right. So you remember what fighter does?
I have forgotten.
You have forgotten. Well then,
But I've got it right
I'm
here.
aghast.
It says, when things are looking grim or when it just isn't your day, you can pull from a reserve of mental fortitude to give maximum effort.
Hey, there you go. You found it faster than my Control F did. Okay.
I just happen to be on the page.
God, why haven't I found it yet? What? There it is. It was right there where I was looking, and I never looked up. Okay, I'm bad. So, you may train with Rizo, Gray, or Abyss, or whomever you want to be called. And just Punch Bunny. I'm just going to call you Punch Bunny. So
Okay.
Punch Bunny can play with Charlotte and train with Charlotte and gain the fighter protocol. It's 1 XP. Or I could roll randomly and you pick that one. Or you can leave it unspent. The choice is yours.
I would like to train with Charlotte for that.
Okay.
Yeah, cue the jazzercise montage.
Yes.
Now, this does not apply when you attack, if that's what you're thinking.
I see. But still, it's useful to have.
Yeah. It's the big keyword. When things are looking grim, like you're fighting a big fight and things are hard. Okay. So that'll be 53 spent points. Now, ego gives you more points, and you may pick up an ego at any time. And they give you points, but just remember, someone can activate an ego against you. Now,
that's what I should have done with Arachno Jerk. I should have done Amazing Standoff. God.
Yeah, I know. But I didn't want to give you all the answers too soon because it's quite possibly you might have delivered a wound to him. Maybe. Cybertronians are unfortunately a little tougher than you guys. A little bit. All right. And with that said, Rhizo, you have 3 XP. Is there something that you're looking at putting some points in?
Yeah, kind of torn between either performance arts or primary weapon.
Well, you can do both if you raise one of your egos to a 2. Just to let you know, you can have no more than 8 points in egos.
Like total?
Yep.
How does adding to an ego improve performance arts or
Because it gives.
weapon?
The XP, you gain XP when you get an ego. They don't cost XP, they give you XP.
Oh.
You could think of it as a flaw, but it is something that you can use against people.
It's
It's
like a
kind of.
trait in Fallout.
Yeah, it's kind of like you could lean on your amazing standoff, like you have no problem standing hard and strong against people, but eventually people will start to expect that from you and start to use it against you.
Yeah, I'm totally putting another point in that.
Oh, all right. So that's 2 now, huh? Cool. That means you have a total of 56, and you're looking at putting points into both your performance arts and your primary weapons, which cost a total of 4 points, which took you at 56 points spent. That easy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Cool. That was simple. Now then,
D10 on weapon.
D10? I thought you
Is
just
that
rose
cool?
performance arts and primary, not secondary.
Oh yeah, primary. Whoops. I'm mixing things up in my head from switching back and forth between character sheet and the and the skills page.
Ah, yes. Okay, so you're at D6 across the board there, which is quite healthy. It's a good starting place.
Where did I have my primary weapon? I don't think I stuck that on my personal character sheet.
Your primary weapon is the Horny Hammer. It's the one with the spark disruptor and the base cracker.
Yeah, does it? But doesn't that go into one of the stat pools?
It's listed under loyalty. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay. On your backup systems or your secondary weapon is listed under dexterity.
Yeah, I recorded that. I forgot to save where my primary weapon was.
That's fine. I have a copy of it right here.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. Okay. So now then, when we get into your next action, glory be the powers that be, your next incident that you will get to act upon will take advantage of your crime watch, which gives you +1 to initiative. Now, when we engage in that, I will also roll a d10 as a negative to your initiative because you have to deploy.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, if you will, deploying means you get the call, your peeper goes off, and you have to run to base. You're like, okay, I'm here. You get suited up, and you get launched out of a tube, sort of. But you get loaded into an Osprey, and you get launched out into the city, and then you land. And that really heavily reduces your initiative.
Mm-hmm.
They were expecting you. However, there is the possibility that you will be, I don't know, stealthy enough, lucky enough to arrive before they're able to act. And in that case, good luck to you. Congratulations. That'll be a rare occurrence. But with that said, we're on to the meat and potatoes of the game.
Woo!
Once you get 60 XP, your official title will be Chief Captain.
Ooh.
Yeah. Right now, you're just simply Lace Captain. That is your rank. Tiger Mom is Lace Colonel. She is applying to become Brigadier General.
I wish her luck.
Yeah. And with that, you ladies do what you want. At the end of the day, you get to tour the base, you get to see the facility, you get to watch them clean up all of that crazy, crazy rubble. The robots help, because why wouldn't they help? Huh. Tile sort, tile browser? No? Yes,
What?
no? Sorry, it's a thing. Oh, there it goes. Weird. I'm trying to delete the rubble. Hey.
Oh.
That one, yes. That one, yes. Cool. All right. There, now they should be gone now.
They are gone.
Confirmed.
All right. So, zooming on the base, you get to rummage around, you get to have a couple of drills, and then we start the beginning of the next day. So, beginning the next day, we start off with your security brief. This is a very simple thing. Basically, you go into um, your security debriefing room, same one that you were at last time, that told you all the events and how well you did during your last performance. And instead of this time, you're learning about your bravado target number increases. You're learning about the problems in the world today. The three major problems in this city that they have gotten reports on that have filtered down. Please apologize that you guys have not been completely accepted in the Ogden area. There are some gangs, there's potential for disasters, and there are missing pets. However,
Missing pets.
security systems dictate that there is a very, very likelihood that this area may meet an uncommon disaster.
That's not good.
Hey, thanks for the roll. Sorry, I'm playing with the dice now. Tits is fun to play with.
Oh, got some lightning outside.
Oh, did you? I got sunshine and heat. Oh, what side of the world are you on?
I'm in Texas.
I'm going to Texas on the 16th.
Ooh,
I'm
have fun.
from Texas.
Oh, yeah, that tracks.
My daughter lives in Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty then. With that said, you get the brief. It's droning. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and you're already doing these debriefing. Tiger Mom goes over the other types of potential disasters that happen in this area. We're in an energon economy. Energon fires happen. There's something known as the Grimseek Cascade. It looks like a person. It's not a person. And they go over things like we literally ship energon in and out of the city. Things happen. Energon is extremely dangerous. It is like a more volatile form of gasoline.
Oh God.
All right. And with that, she gets up and says, "You may now talk to your support commanders." So she gets up and leaves, organizes her paperwork, and walks right out. Your support commanders turn to you. They go, "All right, what's the focus of today?" So at this point in time, your support commanders are to be given instructions.
All right.
You may tell them what you would like them to do. And I think I gave you the sheet.
I
All
think
right.
you did.
The support team tasks. You can do alterations. You can replace one weapon or utility upgrade with another of equal or lesser value. Literally means that you're trading an upgrade you don't think you need with another one, but it's mostly going to be random unless you know which one it is specifically, which you only have access to the ones that are on your character sheet right now.
Mm-hmm.
One of you will need to become the secretary of upgrades and keep track of all the upgrades that you have. So that way you know which ones you have access to. And with that, you have the construction. You may randomly create an upgrade to expand the amount of upgrades that you may choose instead of having to spend XP to have one rolled randomly. You can also do drills. They help you by generating triggers. Triggers are things that can make these support team tasks easier. An event program. This will put you in the public eye. This event is designed to give you the opportunity to generate bravado through handshaking events. You can also do a public favor. The next task will be done with a free trigger or bravado. So basically, it's done for free. You could refine your suit. This attempts to improve the quality of your suit. You know, like the Beast upgrade that was giving you a +1. If you succeed in refining, it would be a +2.
Ooh.
Yeah. Repair any damage on your suit. You have no damage on your suit, so that's not pointful. You could do a reverse engineering. You could take an upgrade that's been found on the battlefield and reverse engineer it. You don't have any right now, so no parts fell off of Arcano Arachno unless he has the spiders. Someone capture a spider. You want to reverse engineer a spider?
Can we? I don't think we can. Can we reverse
I'm
engineer
sure that someone stepped on one somewhere. That's possible. That's an idea. Let's reverse engineer a spider. You could do. I mean, these are legit things you could do. The self-care, a mini vacation from responsibilities that gives you bravado in exchange for triggers. You don't have many triggers right now. These are things that you'll get over time. Street search. Find information about a specific subject, including the event for today, which is an uncommon disaster. The street search would allow you to get a meta bonus of +2 to the initiative. Spying. You can spy on a specific subject. If you do, you can force the functionality of one of their upgrades to be negated at your choice. Or training. Training just gives you a -3 on the dice for succeeding a support team task, which is another one of these things. So Raizo can say, I'm going to train, and Abyss takes advantage of the training by getting a -3. If you roll a 1, that is the best outcome on the support team tasks, which we will go over now. So which one of those sound good for, I don't know, we'll say Abyss. You get to go first since you lost initiative the most.
I think that street search on the uncommon disaster thing is probably a good idea, right?
Okay, so you wanna literally drill down and figure out the what's going on with that uncommon disaster.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna roll a 1d8. On a 1 or a 2, you succeed.
Oh!
Oh, you rolled a 2. Okay, so you go, okay. You look at your support team commander. You should probably eventually give your support team commander a name. I mean, you have a team name. Right now, what your team name for your support team commander is? I didn't write it down.
I don't think I did either.
Either I did and I didn't save it, or whatever. I'm brilliant. Okay, we can choose that later. We'll let the hilarity of that wear off. All right, so I have to go back to this sheet. Okay, so you succeeded, and I have to go scroll. Uncommon. How about if I just do the search? No matches? How are you having no matches? We don't need no stinking matches. Oh, that's because this is the wrong document. Aha! Why didn't you tell me I was looking at the wrong document? Uncommon disaster. There it is. Okay. Here is the report of the uncommon disaster. Okay. So, this creature, I'm going to go out here to the L.A.C.E base. Ogden. Pull to scene. Boom. This big old area over here on the left-hand side. This is Utah Raptorplex and its Bear River subdivision station. Utah Raptorplex has had several treaties with the denizens of various government and corporate institutions to petition for the ability to stay. And when they did that, they had to present the individuals with energon. Now, their goal is to manufacture and generate and distribute the energon, creating our energon economy, and they have done so reliably for 5 years, right? 2010, 2015, yeah, to 5 years. However, because it uses various states of geothermal generators, it has unfortunately started to create geothermal turbulences, basically earthquakes.
Oh no.
Yeah. At times, these cause problems to the surrounding areas. These problems vary, but the Cybertronians don't see an issue with it because it's really your fault for not being immune to the problems of geothermal structures. Why can't you breathe in space? I mean, I'm a super robot. You're just a little puny human. That sounds like a you problem. Isn't that nice?
Wow, they're such douchebags.
All right.
Oh
However,
no. Not 4.
wow, this is it. The 4 is the twist to the situation. However, with various regulations, the geothermal disturbances have happened a lot less. We do feel that there are certain entities in the area. We'll call them bad actors. There are bad actors that will act identically to a geothermal disturbance. We think maybe they may be doing this for insurance fraud or trying to cover up the tracks of something more sinister. Right?
Good to know.
Yeah. Okay. That is your support team task. Congratulations. It was successful. And with that, we go to Rizo's support team task.
So in the debriefing,
Mhm.
we were told about missing pets.
That is not a concern for us right now. That is a potential problem, but it is not today's problem.
Fair enough. Can I spy on Arachno Jerk?
You can. You can spy on Arachnojerk. Go back to that document. Come on. Come on. Come on. Why is Word so slow? I swear, Word 2007 as the best Word. All the rest of them have been absolutely terrible. You have the cryptographic tech, don't you?
I believe I do. Hold on, let me double check.
Cryptographic tech. Roll 1d6 for the spying task. See? I got it right here. So spying, normally you'd roll a 1d10. You're going to roll a 1d6. On a 1 or a 2, find information about your target and force the functionality of one of their upgrades to be negated. Oh. When you want to roll low, you're like, okay. All right. So what if the next time that we have to deal with Arachno Arcano? So choose one, Arachno Arcano or Red Mungo.
Arachno Arcano.
Arachno Arcano. So what if? What if? We make Arachno Arcano much more impotent against us. And they're like, oh yes, I like this. So you're introduced to the James Bond-esque branch of the L.A.C.E division. It's just like Q's backdrop of gadgets and spies and phone desks and people on computers and a spy van that's sitting there, and you're like, let's go spy on Arachno Arcano. And everyone's like, oh hell yes, and a whole bunch of people hop right into the vehicle, and they go out into the city on an Arachno Arcano hunt. So you get
Picturing Keystone Cops.
So you get your write-up on Arachno Arcano. So did you know Arachno Arcano is a lithone?
What's a lithone?
Yeah, what's a lithone?
Oh, a lithone? Oh, they're not Cybertronians. They're Cybertronic life forms. A lithone is a creature from a planet called Lithonia that was eaten by Unicron in 2005.
Oh.
So the lithone race is um, uh, a refugee race. So instead of joining the wastes of Utah, Lithone decided to join the Decepticons to try to unify what remains of the Lithones and get them a place to live and survive. Most Lithones don't take Earth as a settlement camp because we're organic, they're cybertronic, and they don't particularly like organic planets. However, for a Lithone, they're one of the only cybertronic life forms that we have ever seen with a history of growing up. They have children. We do not see that commonly with other cybertronic life forms. So, yeah, that's a Lithone.
Huh.
Now then, off to what Lithone got. Lace plot points. I have to go find Arachno Arcano. To remember what folder he's in. Sorry, I just drew a huge blank. Let's see here. Character sheets. The Decepticon, Arachno Arcano. All right, so you can see through the monitors as this van starts to spy on Arachno Arcano what things that he has. They literally just try to identify, and they literally write it down on pieces of paper and whatnot. So it seems that Arachno Arcano is an environmental manipulator. He literally uses the environment against you. He has an anti-grav motivator, which allows him to float and do them flying things. He has magnetic control. He has a swarm. He has a barrier. He deploys other creatures. He even has a deflector. He's also a fast talker. So yeah, what would you like us to sabotage on this individual for our next encounter?
I would like to sabotage the magnetic control.
Magnetic control. So homeboy can't float near you.
Yeah.
All right.
I want him grounded.
You want him grounded. All right. That also means that he can't throw rebar at you too, so.
Yeah.
Oh, magnetic control is throwing rebar. Anti-grav motivator is him floating around.
Oh, okay.
Apologies. You still want to disable magnetic control? Rebar, okay, magnetic control.
I'll stick with that.
All right, so we will disable his magnetic control. You see a guy, he's getting suited up, mask on and everything. He's like, okay. They're like, all right, Rob, you could do this. He's like, okay, I'm going to go up to him, and I'm going to go sabotage this. Cybertronians don't sleep, right? Nope, you have to do this while he's awake. Oh, okay. He looks at the camera, wish me luck. And he opens the door, and you see Arachno Arcano. He's just like grocery shopping. In a Cybertronian market, he's literally looking at fruit, and there's other creatures his size around him. And the human is the tiny one, and he's running in this giant array of huge feet and arm and legs and pets, all bigger than him, and he's dodging them through. And he runs up to him, and he plants a device on him. And then you see him running back, screaming.
You know, that's fair.
He comes back in, he closes the door, and he says, go, he didn't see me. And the van just takes off. Mission successful.
Woo!
All because you rolled a 1. If you didn't roll a 1 or a 2, that would have failed.
Oh my god.
You would have gotten squished.
He probably would have been squished.
It's like that part in the Venture Brothers with those two henchmen that just succeed for no reason and everything.
Oh, yeah. I forget their numbers.
It's like 27 and I forget.
Well, as much as we love the Venture Brothers, I know exactly who you're talking about, but don't ask me who they are. I can only remember one of their voices because it was extremely annoying. And yes,
Yeah, the two that were actually voiced by Doc Hammer and Jackson Public.
Okay. And with that, your time with your support commander is over. They go enjoy breakfast. It's only 7 o'clock.
Oh God, breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast. Go eat.
Man,
You
now I
sit
kind
at
of want to have a breakfast for dinner.
breakfast for dinner. I would absolutely love to make some eggs. Well, okay. So you go eat, you go do whatever you want, you get to tool around. So, in short, we're going to look at your heart. Abyss, what is your heart?
My heart is dense.
Okay. This is an example of a mantra-centric activity. Now, you didn't spend any mantra points, but a mantra-specific activity is one that you would take with the intention of regaining one of your mantra points. You have 3. If you spent 1, you would have 2. You could have 0. No problems there. But if you have 0, you'll want to get them back so you have them to spend for the next encounter. And with that, a mantra-specific duty for someone who's dense, working out in the middle of the debriefing because thinking is for nerds. Though the trope is related to muscleheads, you can be simpler and homely, quiet and untalented. You don't knit, you sit. You don't read, you watch. You listen, but you don't have input. Basically, you get to choose an activity that surrounds the dense quality of you. I'm going to say you get a mantra point back. However,
Ooh.
you didn't spend a mantra, so you don't have
Yeah.
to do that. You can do whatever you want. Now I'm going to go to Rhizo example. What is your heart?
Caretaker.
Caretaker. Well, rescuing a cat is a cliche, but an option. So is taking time off to visit a sick grandma, helping another pilot overcome the cold because they were absent this session. Maybe help the support team by giving them a plate of cookies. So quite literally, if you took the caretaker act as your action, then I'd say, yeah, get your mantra point back. However, you didn't spend a mantra, so that is not a necessary thing to do. But that is what this time is for. So we know what the debriefing is, and now we have your free action. You get to do whatever you want. Roll initiative between the two of you, just a D10, no modifiers. You just don't like initiative, do you?
The dice don't make initiative.
Yeah, well, it's because you didn't use a fancy colored dice like Rhizo did. That's what it is. Anyway, Rhizo, what would you like to do on your first actual day at the base? You just arrived yesterday.
Yeah, I would probably want to do something to establish my presence here.
Yeah? And what would that be?
Given that Charlotte is outgoing by nature, probably some sort of social activity.
Drama club?
Sure.
We have a gym, right? You have a gym and you're training with Punch Bunny. I mean, the two of you could do something together, and she would still get her action. And she could do something with you or not with you. That's her sure choice.
Yeah, well, do training with Jazz as something special with that.
Yeah.
Like, we'll have that montage after all.
We'll have that montage. Well, all right. Well, Eye of the Tiger will play at the generic sounding disco chord that it is, because we can't have that copyrighted material in our show. We don't have the budget for it. But you get your training montage, and I guess this is kind of a caretaker thing, but not really. This is an instigation of making sure someone has what they need. But yeah, and you spend a lot of your activity doing Punch Bunny's one of their favorite things, learning to find that internal mental reserve. I guess that'll justify why you spent that 1 XP on that one thing, huh, Abyss?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you can spend the evening with, or the day, the majority of the day with Charlotte. All right. So, Abyss, what would your character like to do?
What would you like to do? That's a great question. Oh, roll dice.
I'm rolling dice for me. You don't need to worry about it unless I roll a certain number.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yes. That thing. Oh. I.
Hey, look, you're so dense, a nap could be how you spend your day.
I'll be real, and that she probably would nap, huh?
You're like, yeah, thanks for teaching me all that. It's just straight up in the middle of the tarmac or something. You have a lounge chair, and you're just like,
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking like, hey, she goes. I was thinking like, she finds some place where like she definitely should not be taking a nap, and she takes a nap there.
yeah.
And I just do cartwheels around your napping form.
Wee, wee. Yes, because you're not allowed off the base today. I'm surprised neither of you went into the city. But today, you would have been denied a day pass to go into Ogden. However, that's an option if you guys ever want to go to a restaurant and have a cool meal together and bond in a different way. That's also a thing. There isn't a terrible lot of role play in this activity, mostly because I wanted to get you used to that. This is your time to role play. You get to
I
maintain
see.
your area, your mental area for your character. I think we call this playing house. Quite literally, you get to unpack your suitcase. You get to put your clothes away. You get to organize your thoughts, your belongings, your plans of actions, your character's desires, so on and so forth. And on day one, we have this great cut to commercial break with Charlotte doing cartwheels in front of a sleeping Punch Bunny. I guess your little muscle creature that helps you out is like sleeping on your chest or something like that.
Oh my god, I'm imagining it as like a weird giant alien in hair. So like I think that's absolutely happening, and somehow she's not getting crushed.
I could take it. Heavy bunny. All right, so that's good. As we develop these characters a little more, you'll find out that we'll have more opportunity for role play here, interaction with others depending on what you do. But the two of you are just kind of like, whatever. We're just kind of getting used to this whole thing, so we're doing the whatevers. That's fine. You haven't spent a lot of points, so you're not low on mantra, so this is not a desperate situation. This is just kind of you getting used to the area. And eventually, someone's honking the Jeep at you. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
I rumble and wake up.
You're being called to duty. Wake up.
Of course.
Time to suit up, gals, says the guy in the Jeep, who is implying that you can hop into the Jeep and take off with him.
I hop into the Jeep.
I literally hop into the Jeep.
Whee! Okay.
The weird alien rabbit takes up the entire her front passenger seat.
Perfect. The two of you are in the back. Rabbit sits up front.
Yes.
All right, so you drive off to the L.A.C.E hangar. Let's go back to the L.A.C.E base. Just for a moment, just because that is where we're going, you go back into the L.A.C.E hangar for visual reference. You hop in there, you get into your suits, you're drilled back into your suits. We're going to need your call signs.
Oh god.
Merlin reporting for duty.
Merlin? Oh, Merlin, huh?
Jazz, ready for duty.
Merlin and Jazz. All right, Merlin. Merlin and Jazz reporting for duty. Okay, you're in your suits. All systems green. You're ready to launch.
Woo, let's go.
It's absolutely correct. Let's go. You hop into the Osprey. Now I want you to look. I'm going to zoom in for all the Twitch streamers to take a look at this. I'm going to zoom all the way in here. One of those tiles is 200 by 200 feet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this map is huge. That's why we really don't have pogs. This is an Osprey that you hop in. Yeah, that little vehicle right there, that's an Osprey. And you can pop in it, and you're going to fly to your destination.
Cool.
So imagine, if you will, you get suited up. The Osprey is loaded up in front of you. The rear of the hangar drops, and the two of you run into it. Sit down in your seats, and you put on the buckles, strap in. The rotors of the whirly-bird go whirly-whirly, and the vehicle takes off straight into the air, and then off into the city. You'll notice on the Ogden map there is the Willard Peak marker. That is where you start. And then you'll be flown to the wonderful area of Ogden. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to roll to see what area it is. Yep, Ogden. How unflattering. Okay, so you're in the vehicles, and you're like, okay, ladies, says Tiger Mom, we have direct contact with a event. I get to roll 1d3 again. Give me my mouse, please. We have an area where there are cracks in the roads, cracks in the buildings, and debris falling and crushing people as they scatter. Disorder has been caused. We need you to get in there, rescue the wounded, take them to the hospital, quell their fears. Let them know that you are there to help. Got it?
All right. Got it.
Very simple. So the Osprey goes into an area of Ogden, descends into the street of a semi-busy area. Look at that pixelated area. You can barely make anything out at. Zoom all the way in.
You got it, boss.
That's what I did for Twitch. How do you do that? Are you pinging? Because when I double click, that doesn't happen.
Oh no, I just hold down.
Oh! Neat. I learned a thing. Yay. Okay. Thank you. So in this general area, you go descend from your Osprey. The whirly-bird does the whirly thing, and all of a sudden, you're told to evacuate. And you look down, and you're a couple of 100 feet in the air.
That's fine.
It is
Whee!
It's probably fine.
Charlotte's just like, okay. You're like, wait a minute. Parachute.
I use my parachute.
Parachute. Okay, so disembarking is an action. We're going to roll initiative to see who goes first. All right. Well, it looks like, Abyss, you forgot to add +2.
I did, but
You still
I'm
won.
Still won.
Congratulations. Your tables have turned. You were the first one to go.
Yeah, I kind of just. I don't. How am I supposed to get? I'd probably just drop out to of the
Well, you don't fly. You don't impact your momentum when you hit the ground. That would probably hurt. Um, you could use a descension cable and climb down, or you could use the rocket sled.
rocket sled.
Everyone hates the rocket sled.
Really? Why?
It is the worst piece of equipment that was ever generated for L.A.C.E. Someone got it up their hairy ass to not share technology between L.A.C.E. divisions. So the simplest means of egress is the rocket sled.
Uh-huh.
It's like riding a motorcycle that goes 300 miles an hour for 3 seconds.
Awesome.
You roll handling, the target number is 8, and you can land.
Cool. I think I want to do that.
That sounds like a great terrible idea. All
It
right.
sounds like a great terrible idea.
Where would you like to put handling?
I would like to put handling under.
Make it
I would like to
expression.
put. That'd be really funny. Yeah, other expression.
Well, I didn't expect you to take me seriously. All right, we're going to put that under handling. There you go. No points in it, so it's a D4 plus 1. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Oh no! Did I just crash into the ground and make a crater?
Well, maybe.
I take 1 damage.
Nah, I'm not going to make you take damage for that, but boy, that's horrible. A screaming rabbit creature, mutant, I guess. I don't know. Are your ears a mutation or are they cybernetically enhanced?
I imagine they're like a cyber or thing, like I think they're like a cybernetic thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an upgrade that lets everyone know that you were an alien the entire time and that there were really ears. Anyway, so you grab onto the rocket sled with both hands. You start it. It goes, whoa. You're like, oh, wow. That's a thruster. You engage the throttle. And the very second you pull back on the throttle, it goes right out the door, and you are nowhere near the vehicle.
Oh fuck.
You are nowhere near the landing zone. You're like, oh, okay.
That's why everyone hates these things.
Yes, this is why everyone hates these things. You're like, I gotta get to the destination, and you pull up on it. You're like, I only have 3 seconds, and you're upside down. You're looking at the sky. When you look at your own feet, you're like, oh. And you pull this thing over, and you're like, you're heading back to the Osprey. Like, no, not at the Osprey. The ground. All of a sudden, it's ground.
Oh.
And just like that, you're like, no, go to the ground. The vehicle is strewn across half a mile of Ogden.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ogden resident.
I would like you to roll hardness now.
All right. D4 plus 2.
Let's see how badly.
Bad.
Oh. You tumble. You roll. You stand up, and your suit goes. Systems in critical malfunction. Suit powered down. Boom.
What? No.
You hear your support commander go, no.
Oh, I love that I rolled 2 ones. Oh, that's a terrible idea.
I did say they are the worst idea.
You did say that, and I didn't believe you, but you were right.
Yep. They're the worst idea ever. Nobody likes them. So,
So am I without a suit? Or am I stuck in an unpowered suit?
You're stuck in an unpowered suit. Well, we can get
Awesome.
that rectified later. However, it's Raizo's turn. Disembarking is an
sled.
action.
Yeah. So I'm gonna jump out the plane.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
I'm doing it. Yeah. I've got a parachute.
Oh, okay. Okay, you activate your parachute. Gotcha. It was part. This was kind of important to say so. All right, so you jump out of the vehicle. You're like, wee! Just like this rocket going everywhere. You're like, oh, that's a bad. This is like Wile E. Coyote and his bad rocket ideas. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, those are terrible ideas. You shake your head. Anyway, your parachute engages. You land gracefully. Your parachute gets sucked up into your back. You're like, hi, everybody. Your second action.
Is Jazz still crashing?
She has crashed. She is there, and her suit's gone to power down mode. You can see it on your system. Suit malfunction. Your radar says, pointing at her. It's like
Right.
bloop, 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 bloop.
So internally, I'm thinking, oh God, I gotta fix this. But my brain kind of clicks in a high gear and goes, gotta make sure nobody realizes there's a problem here.
They did just, see
They didn't
Yeah.
see the
a rocket sled come in. They may
And
be
that just
distracted enough that you're okay. You never know.
It's going to make it a harder thing to cover up that nothing is going wrong right now. So, as a performance arts, a performance action,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to make a robust display of having arrived gracefully and pull attention away from the wreckage of
Don't pay
my
beloved
attention.
partner.
non-graceful wreckage.
Okay, so you're going to roll performance arts.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
So that I can do a giant, like twirl of the arms, bow, head tilt, peace sign.
All the good stuff.
Big glitzy sparkles out of my suit.
Oh, good. You have the sparkle cannons. Everybody needs glitter cannons built into their suit. It's wonderful. So you do the full K-pop rotation there.
Yes.
And you give the peace sign. Would you please roll your performance arts? Your current difficulty is 6.
And I believe that's under processing.
Correct.
So D6 plus 5.
Nice, you beat it.
That's 1 bravado. Congratulations. What was I just about to do? Cool. All right. So you do the sparkly thing, and there are camera drones, and there are people, and they're like, oh my God, L.A.C.E is here. Finally. You get some old woman. She kind of crawls up to you. Oh, I knew they would send someone competent. You girls are just lovely. I'm so happy.
Me struggling to get up in the background.
Everything's under control now.
Everything's fine. This was planned. Excuse me. All right. So, do you remember your street search that was done about this incident?
Yes. So
I just want to make sure you remembered. I'm going to go on to the next thing. Secondly, we didn't have a lot of detail in this. There's disorder, there's crack, there's debris. We didn't expect you to be the debris, but we can kind of, it was really, the rocket sled was part of the debris. She was chasing it, maybe. So one of the things that you were here to do is quell fears. So with all that said, we're going to roll initiative again to see who goes next.
Do I get my bonus if
You
I'm in the suit
do.
but it's powered down? Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The clue was, geez, roll a 10 anyway. The clue was as long as you can hear your support commander.
Ah.
You can no longer hear your support commander. I'm sorry, but you still rolled a 10. That
You
does
still
mean
rolled
you
a
get to
10.
go next. All right, Abyss.
What do I do? That's a great question.
You
I get up. First of all, I get up. Seeing that there's people and cameras, I decide to pretend that
I did this on purpose. Yay.
yeah, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. With me at least. There's I and because I have a swimsuit, it's probably wide enough that I can easily maneuver
Yeah,
around in it
it's
even though
not
it's powered down.
it is not the carapace. There is a suit on there that would give you a -7 to every action you take if it's powered down.
Oof.
Right?
Him, I wave at the crowd. And I'm like, hey, yes, hello, we're here to help.
Your
Help.
arm is all squeaky. Um, you can roll repair. You can roll control. You can convince everybody that everything's fine, or you could sit there and just give everybody the wave while you activate your internal systems and get them restarted.
I would like to repair. That
Okay,
feels like a better
repair.
idea.
2 1s in a row. Wow. I'm going to make this target number 7.
Okay. I need to put repair somewhere.
Oof. Yeah, I don't see. You could remember.
I could put it I could put it in something that's not traditionally what you would imagine as repair.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I will put mine in
Strength. She's going to punch it correct.
literally I was thinking strength. Literally I was thinking strength.
All right.
I think I'll put it in dexterity. Dexterity is probably a better idea.
Okay.
All right, repair. So R1d4 plus 6.
Oh,
Ooh.
and you exploded. Congratulations. Roll 1d4 plus 10.
Plus 10.
Wonderful. I
Still
said it was
good.
a 7. You made that plus some. Yes, you did achieve the 4 over. So that's a value of 1 4 over. So succeeded and 4 over. Congratulations. You're like, click, click, click. Suit comes alive. And you're like, and you just hear your support commander, suit down, suit down.
No, it's on now. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine.
We're live. Like, blip. Oh. Your support commander is like, oh, thank God. That was potentially disastrous. To see us flounder on our first day, you have no idea how that would have been bad.
Oh,
Girl,
yeah,
please tell me you got a plan.
totally. Don't worry about it.
Sure. Of course I do. Shrug. What's your plan? What's your plan? Remember, you have 2 actions. You only had one. You only did one.
Oh God. Well, I mean to, find where the trapped people are, or get them to safety.
Ooh, that sounds like investigation to me.
And yeah.
Let's assess the situation. All right, this is going to be 6. I want you to roll a 6.
6. Oh yeah. How do I do the explode thing again?
X.
Like, just X. All right. And it is intelligence. So let's do 5.
It's not a 6.
Not a 6.
Remember, bravado can give you a +2. I don't think you have any bravado right now.
I do not have any bravado.
If your protocol applies, that would give you a +1 to that. You're a fighter, aren't you?
I am a fight. This is true. I am.
And you did take a big giant face plant and got right back up and kept going.
Yes, that is true.
Do you think fighter would apply?
I think it would. It may not be fighting against someone else, but it's definitely fighting against big even if it's not that bulky, definitely heavy armor and also injury.
Yeah, there's adversity there.
Yeah, there's adversity there. I agree with you on that. So, with that
That's
said,
plus
I'm going to
2 to
give you
the
that
5.
+1 to that
Plus
5,
1.
makes it the 6 minimum
6 minimum. Hey,
that you needed
hey.
to succeed. Remember, your protocol does not have a cooldown. You may use it whenever its description seems to apply to your situation.
Okay.
All right, best 1 XP you've ever spent. So you stand there and you're like, "Don't worry, citizen," brushing rocks off of you. "I'm here to save the day. What's wrong?" And there seems to have been something that has happened here to cause the road to spontaneously crack and expand.
That's not my sled.
You don't think it was your sled.
I don't think it was my sled. Hopefully, it wasn't my sled.
No, your sled's over there. It's literally embedded into the wall like a dart.
Bullseye.
Yeah. Something fell out of the sky that wasn't your sled, causing this ruckus. People are a little scared. They don't know what's going on. But as far as you can tell, super science came here and laid an egg.
What?
Yeah. You could tell because there is a super science device over there at the head of the crack that's not your rocket sled.
Okay, I go. Can I wait? No, I used up both actions.
Have used both actions. But you can express this. This is open table concepts.
Oh no, I just said that as in because I was hey, because I was about to be like, oh, I go over her and check it out, but I imagine an action.
I imagine action, yes. All right, so we're going to go to Raizo.
So before I do a thing, I'm gonna activate my sonar. I'm gonna click my heels together, arms aside, and go sonar activate.
Boom. Well, you activate sonar. You've got a pretty good layout of the area. So while Jazzy Punch Bunny, points over there at the super science thing, you get a nice layout and everything comes back. If you roll a skill to act upon anything or decipher the information you have on you, you may use the results of the sonar to roll investigation. Or you could just go to the super science shenanigans.
um, yeah, I'm just gonna go to the super science shenanigans.
All right.
I'm just gonna walk over to it.
I just want to walk over to it. You haven't really had an action yet. So that could be part of your thing. Are you waiting for something to happen? Don't worry, it's not. You get to do whatever you want to do. You may go over to it to kick it over. You may go over to it to turn the off button. Or would you like to investigate it?
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing yet. So I suppose that my mucking about seeing if there are any controls for it counts as investigation.
Yeah, okay. Go for it.
So I've got a 1d4 plus 5
Hmm?
plus 1 from sonar.
No. Sonar doesn't give you a bonus. It gives you information. You know that there's nothing underneath it.
Nice. Nothing underneath it is good.
Did you roll a 2?
I did.
Okay, because it looked like a 1. All right. So you rolled a 7. That is basically the same thing that Abyss rolled. It wasn't too terribly far off. You go to the device. Sonar lets you know that it's not hollow underneath. This thing was literally dropped here. It is a control panel of some sort with an output called a destructo beam.
Oh,
Is that like emblazoned on it somewhere?
It's on a little tag there, like a bumper sticker. It's kind of coming off a little bit. And you walk up to the panel to do what?
I mean, it's not actively doing anything right now, is it?
Well, it seems to have actively done something in the past tense. That's why this
Yeah.
area looks like a mess.
Yeah, it did something, but is it still like? Is it making
It's
noises
on.
or moving?
It's on. It seems to have a ready status on it.
Like, can I try to turn it off?
You
Like, is
absolutely may. There is an actual skill for that, too. You ready for this? Not really. You could roll academia if you want. You can roll handling if you wanted to do something with it. Primary weapon if you wanted to fire it.
no.
I'm gonna try academia to see if I can parse the controls enough to figure out
There's also
how to use it.
sciences. There's the sciences if you want to know more about it, too. Turn it off with sciences. I mean, all these skills are available to you. So academia, you said.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a D6 plus 5. Cool.
Also 7.
Yeah, it seems to be a sudden commonality for you. All right, so Destructo doohickey here. You walk up to it and you're like, flick, powers down, just like it should. And you're like, what's this doing here? And you look over and there is an old man clinging to it, staring at you in the face. His old man crazy hair, his unusual sized eyes because of the glasses, his very human like, poorly kept beard, and his lab coat let you know, oh, it's a super science man. And he says, don't you dare touch my doohickey. He reaches up to the machine, he turns it back on, and you just hear that word go bleep. And says, this is mine. And he is going to roll primary weapon.
Oh, no.
Okay, you ready? You ready? Here it goes. I gotta put explode on there. He goes, ah, and he pulls the button, or pulls the lever, powers up, and he pushes the button, and it goes, we're sorry, the device has been powered down. No energy is found in the capacitors. Please wait for our charging. And he goes, what? Would you like to roll initiative? Both of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't roll initiative, you don't act. So you better roll initiative. Unresolved string. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to do that. Well, then. It will be Rhizo, Abyss, and then me. Rhizo?
So I'm going to stare sternly, although it probably looks rather silly on my cutesy face, at this old man.
The cute girl's got a furrowed brow at me.
You will disembark from this machine or I will take you away.
Wow, that sounds like an intimidation roll. You didn't use meanie pants on him. Where would you like to put intimidation? Or control, your choice.
I'm going to do intimidation. And I think I'd like to put that on loyalty.
Loyalty and intimidation. Congratulations, your loyalty is now full.
Oh. Do I have anything besides primary weapon, intimidation, and repair on it?
Hardness, repair, intimidation, and primary weapon.
Hardness, thank you. Perfect. So 1d4 plus 3.
Correct. Unless you want to add your action speed into it. Or your mantra. Neither?
I'd like to add my mantra to that.
Ooh, mantra point spent. Bloop. No
So
matter how much I change, I'll never forget the people who care for me. Now, how does this apply?
I'm applying it based on that I'm worried that what he was going to do was going to hurt Jazz.
I'll take it. That's exactly what I was thinking of too. She's right in that line of fire. Narratively. Because that makes the most sense. Because it's a cartoon, you know? Things in perspective changes to the narration because it's silly. All right.
Is that an extra +1?
That's a +4.
Ooh.
Yaith. So that'll be 1d4 plus. Yes. You did it correctly. All right. So you look at this old man and you give him the finger waggle and you're like, He is now going to have a +2 to his target number to act against you, no matter what he does. So you've made it harder for him. Now, what would you like to do for your second action?
I kind of want to give him an opportunity to comply. However, I would also like to take this thing out of harm's way.
All right.
I suppose I can't actually hit it with him on it because that would be fairly evil.
Eh. Quite literally, you could use brutality to just yank it out from underneath him.
And it's something that I is a size that I could actually grab with my suit.
Yeah, if you want to know a good dimension, it is a single person control panel, probably a 2 foot by 2 foot box that is high enough, about 30 inches tall, almost 3 feet tall.
Yeah, so I think I will just literally try to pick it up.
Okay. Brutality me, please. Where are you going to put your brutality?
I'm going to put in expression.
Wow. Brutality is now under expression.
Rolling a 1d4 plus 2.
Going to do your action speed on this?
Nope.
Okie dokie. Well, there's bare minimum right there. However, that is more than a bare minimum. You rolled a 4. That means it explodes. Please roll 1d4 plus 6. Yeah, you didn't need to spend that extra points on there because you did great. So you just grab this thing. He's like, no! You're like, yoink, and leave him in the air. You're like, oh, and he hits the ground. You're holding the thing over your head, and everyone's like, ooh.
Yeah, literally, like both hands just like straight up over my head.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get to you, Abyss. Your support commander is yelling at you. No, we have not secured the area. Area is unsecure. We have Citizens in duress, we have not availed them of their worries. We have the wrong order of operations. Engage the enemy after you address the citizens.
Uh, uh.
And then Punch Bunny's like, I'm gonna go punch the old man.
I yell to Charlotte, wrong order of operations, apparently. Come on, let's go. Get those citizens. And I start looking for citizens.
Okay, so this caused a nice wide swath of destruction, but it wasn't terrible. There are some people that are stuck in their cars and other people that are probably trapped behind the front door of a building because they haven't broken the glass out of the display window because, that's rude. No one's moved the large rubble out from under their door, so it won't open freely. And then there's this
Alright.
guy whose foot is stuck in a drain. He's like, oh.
Okay, for my first action, I think I'll go and move debris out of doorways and stuff.
Remember, one of the things were to make sure that everyone feels confident about you being there. There are options for that. Etiquette is one, and it's a great one for it. Somebody who has the etiquette skill.
I think, I should probably use etiquette.
You can do it your first or second action, but I am letting you know that that is something that is expected of you.
Got it. I'll probably use it on my second action, and on my first action, I think I'll use I'll probably use brutality on the.
Yeah, I mean, lifting boulders over your head is a feat of raw strength, so
Yeah. 6 plus 6. Jesus.
It's horrible, horrible, horrible mistakes that have been made today. So, now you grab it. Now remember, what happens when you roll a 1? If you make the target number, you still succeed in what you're going to do.
But the guy gets advantaged against us.
Correct. And there is now an opponent here. However, you have your second roll. Your etiquette.
Yes. Let's see if I'll actually. Let's see. It'll be really funny after I expose on this. I'm probably not gonna now that I said it, but.
Yeah.
Hey, almost.
Almost, yeah. And you go, don't worry, citizens. And you hold a big piece of rubble over your head. Jazz is here. Dun da da da. Da 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 da. You have successfully addressed the crowd. People are very happy that you have arrived. Like, oh, yay. The people open the door and they're like, oh, you're so kind to us. This is wonderful. Thank you so much, L.A.C.E member. I'm Jazz. I'm Jazz.
Jazz. Name's Jazz.
L.A.C.E member. All of a sudden, you hear a power up, and it's only a 1, so he only gets +1. What is your break threshold, Abyss?
My break threshold? That's a great question. Where is my break threshold?
Very top right-hand corner of your character sheet.
So that's an 8.
Okay, my target number is an 8. Old man has just got roughed up by Charlotte. And he's like, and then he sees you in this very, very, I would say strategic disadvantageous position with a rock over your head, addressing people. And he's like, oh, yeah? Pulls out a little ray gun at you and he goes, pip, fires it. A little laser beam comes out of it and comes right at you as you turn your head and face him. And it goes right into your space around your armpit. It's like, pew. He looks at his gun. Damn. That was one action. He looks at Charlotte, smiles. Like he knew he had fucked up. And he's like, well, the two of you seem to be rather occupied. I'm going to go. Oh, no. I forgot to put the X in there. Oh, and he just takes off like a cartoon puff of wind. Just gone. The both of you are holding heavy things above your head. You're like, wait, what? What just
I
happened?
don't think I even realized that guy was there until he shot at me.
Everyone's like, oh, did he just escape?
No, not.
You let the bad guy get away.
No, he has not escaped yet.
Hasn't he?
No, he hasn't.
Do you have a bravado to spend?
He's just gone, isn't he?
I'm mostly certain right now.
Can I spend my bravado?
You certainly can.
I wasn't sure if that was tied to initiative.
Well, technically you can spend bravado whenever you want, but you need to spend it on your action. However, we can always say whose action it is by rolling initiative again. And your partner, Jazz, she can hold her action while you do your thing.
I will gladly hold my actions.
It's making initiative irrelevant. I think the only thing that I could do is beat you in initiative. So I'll roll 1d10 and you roll 1d10.
That guy doesn't have any bonuses, right?
He does not. Well, looks like you get to go first, Rizo. I guess the first thing you do is spend a bravado to say no. So, taking narrative control, the guy is running away. You could quite literally take a comedic narrative point and narrate something that prevents him from getting away. Go for it.
As he goes to ascend to whatever means of speed he has, I want to try to bring down his big device and block his path with it so that he runs right into it.
Oh, nice. So this is you basically just chucking his device at it. And he's like, nope. So he's running away and he goes, pootang, just like, wow, this is a very comedic interlude. You've blocked him with his own machine. He has hit his own machine. We'll give that as a narrative control. And for your action, what would you like to do?
I have a little pause because I'm now concerned that we're supposed to be tending to civilians first, apparently.
Well, referring to your L.A.C.E training, letting someone get away can be bad too.
Yeah.
There's always this balance. You've got to protect the citizens, you've got to put them at ease, and you've got to keep the bad guy from getting away.
Yeah, so I'm going to detain him. But I'm going to need to, because I'm assuming I don't have like handcuffs as part of my suit, so I'm going to need to improvise some means to
believe it or not,
hold
that's an
him.
Upgrade.
I need to improvise something that I can hold him with without.
You're stronger than he is. You could literally armbar your way through him. That is a brutality roll if you so choose.
Oh yeah, so I'll
So you'll take the punch money route.
Yeah, I'll try to wrestle him to the ground.
Cool.
Put a knee on him.
Yeah, this isn't to do any wounds to him. This is just to subdue him. And your brutality is under expression.
Yep, so 1d4 plus 2.
Yes. Got to put that X in there.
I keep forgetting to do that.
I know. We're just going to have to get used to it. So go ahead and roll 1d4 plus 6. The totals, they climb. Wow. Total of 9. So just walk up to the old man who's rubbing his face after just running into his own control panel. He's like, ha, now I have. And he's just being rolled up like a pretzel. His arms are in places they shouldn't be. And you're like, nope, to the ground. Nope, I'm going to put you down on the ground. Eat the gravel. And you push him down. Like, nope, arms are behind. No. Put your legs over here. Nope. Crush. There you go. You feel me? You're like, I can't. That's right. You don't go anywhere. Okay.
This is what happens when you don't comply.
This is...
God.
Yes. Charlotte, the compliance officer.
Jesus.
And there's Punch Bunny holding the rock, like, oh yeah, just tosses it down, opens the door for the guy, goes up to the other guy, pulls his shoe out of the gutter. She's just watching. It's like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I just love it. Man, I wish I would have grabbed him. I wanted to so badly. I was on the wrong side of the field, you say to yourself.
It's the rocket sled's fault.
It's the rocket sled's fault. It's so true. Everything's the rocket sled's fault.
Never take the rocket sled.
I'm never taking the rocket sled ever again.
Moral of the story, kids.
It is. Okay. You have him. You give him up to local authorities who take him in. And you get a round of applause from the people. And they are just very happy. They're very happy that you acted so quickly. You're able to solve the problem, figure out what's going on. However,
Mm-hmm.
you rolled 2 ones.
Those are me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you address the crowd, onlookers, and others in public space so they remain safe?
Yes.
Rizo?
No. Jazz did.
Well, you rolled a bravado effect. So you basically gave everyone the show that you were the center of the attention. I mean, it was not quite addressing the crowd as it was making sure that they had all eyes on you. Did you attempt to prevent a catastrophe?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much. Did you roll an explosion on an action?
We both did,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. Okay. Did you allow the target to escape?
Almost.
Did you attempt to gain bravado?
I did not, actually.
Well, you did succeed in an action when you used a mantra. Did either of you receive a wound?
No, I did not receive a wound, but my suit did get into critical state.
Well, yeah. So you didn't roll a 1 on attack. I don't think either of you rolled an attack. Okay. So just to total this up real quick, that's almost a net 0 effect for both of you. Both of you get +1 to your bravado difficulty through that action.
All right.
Generally, you did very good. Very good, I say. The failures that you had performed had counteracted by the good that you did. You exploded. You got the guy. You rolled one, but you didn't let collateral damage happen. So I mean, all in all, it was almost a complete net zero.
Mediocre, which is not what
Yeah,
you want.
yeah. I mean, you really want to go overbalanced on the succession of this, but in order to make certain that you do lower the performance arts number, which keeps you employed, you have to address the crowd, onlookers, and others in the public space so they remain safe. You have to attempt to prevent a catastrophe, to roll an explosion on an action. You have to stop the enemy from delivering a memorable one-liner. You have to make sure that the target doesn't escape. Things that cause raises are allowing the target to escape, attempting to gain bravado during a security brief event, not succeeding in action when using a mantra. You receive a wound, you receive a 1 on an action or on an attack, and every time you go through the promotion to the next rank, which will be at 60 XP. So, you did good, you didn't do terrible, you didn't cause any more problems, and incidentally, we'll just kind of like take the quick camera shot from you in the streets to you to the debriefing room with Tiger Mom. Because you turned off the device, it powered down to a deactivated state, not allowing him to fire it on the crowd. That was so instrumental to your success. If you did not do that one thing, your bravado TN would have shot up. So, congratulations. You may not have realized how important that was, but you did it.
Yay us.
Yeah, yay you. Congratulations. Yeah? Yeah. You have now officially been introduced to society as a whole. They now know who you are. Taskmaster, Charlotte, and Punch Bunny. That is your official public names. And with that, that's supposed to conclude the game. Part 2. Normal event. Games are generally supposed to run about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. Which means we can always do more when you have the time to do more. With that said, go through your debriefing, you get your congratulations, you get the unfortunate eyeing grace of Tiger Mom directly at you, Jazz. She says, you have got to do better.
Yeah.
Screwing up like this can cause detriment to your future. However, succeeding can cause the exact opposite thing and make you really cool and really popular. It can explode both ways. So, when you can, refill your bravado, maintain its levels, so when things go awry, you have a reserve to pull from to correct mistakes. Got it?
Got it.
And with that, I think it would be beneficial to go ahead and say you guys need a parade.
Hooray, parade!
Yeah, hooray, parade! Because that was in your base upgrades, and that refills your bravado. Which sorely is probably the only reason why Punch Bunny did not do well. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You just needed that bravado reserve to help pull yourself out of the bad things. That's it. And I think as far as ones being rolled on a character sheet, that would have turned the events around to your favor. Now, in no means is this meant to actually ridicule and punish you. This is cartoon drama.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Okay. I think you did fine given the circumstance, and I think you did wonderful. I think you both did great, and you made this an actual good cartoon show. I mean, deciding to jump on the rocket sled and do it anyway. I mean, who wouldn't love to have seen that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what my thought process. Like, okay, this is a terrible idea, but also it would be really funny and really fitting.
Yeah. Near perfect mission because of that, as far as engagement goes, which means I'm going to give you 2 XP for that.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yay.
If it was a plot point, that would have been a full 3 XP. I mean, it's very hard to get 4 XP on a plot point, and very hard to get 3 XP on a non-plot point.
Mm-hmm.
So getting 2 XP, that's great. You guys did wonderful. You'll be able to spend that XP as you see fit. I'm going to give you access to the copies of the character sheet that I keep, because I always live update them.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings me to a point. Abyss.
Yes.
Your break threshold is based off of dexterity, and you have skills in dexterity that you have not put points into, mainly athletics and repair.
Mm-hmm.
If you put a point into athletics right now, your break threshold will go up to a 9.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
Yeah. All right, so I will do it right now, right here. Make that notation that is now athletics, ATH, which is a 1, and is now a 9. So if you raise your dexterity or athletics, your break threshold goes up.
Nice.
Yeah. I think you two did wonderful. I mean, it's a Saturday morning cartoon shenanigans show reenactment,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, now's not the time to use the weapons. Now's the time to improve your character so we can get ready to use weapons.
Yeah.
And it has been fun.
It
Yeah.
has.
You two have learned a lot about the system, how it works for you, and gotten yourself on the start of an adventure of Saturday morning cartoon goofiness. And at this point in time, do you have comments, considerations, and or questions?
I don't think so. Though I am definitely going to make myself breakfast for dinner after this.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
you're gonna need to eat. God, some eggs sound good right now. Honestly, I might do
Right?
that myself. Even though I have like burger dinner in there, maybe I'll have that anyway. I did have like for lunch my chips and salsa.
You could combine the burger dinner with eggs.
Now that just seems like cheating.
How is that cheating?
Putting an egg right there on top of my burger.
Yeah.
Yes,
Scrambled.
that's
Oh,
so good. Have you never had that before?
I have, and it is absolutely delicious. I don't know what to say. That's not breakfast for dinner. That's just bigger dinner. All right. So, gosh, we have a lot of people. It says 19 people in here right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Let's see here. Who do we want to raid?
Great question. Let me
Ooh, Shark
open the
Sashimi is
column
on.
first.
Crix. And Kuribo.
Nah, people I'm following are actually on. Huh.
Yeah, I also see L.A.C.E and Shock Attack and Rawl.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just about to suggest.
Rawl
Shock
is
Attack.
on, all right. He's over there at the bottom. So who shall we go to?
Shock, perhaps?
Shock, you think?
I don't know what bomb is.
Okay.
Neither do I. It's a puzzle showcase, apparently.
And how do you spell it? Shock? S-H-O-C-K?
S-H-A-W-K.
Just shock. Shock the funky. Okay, we're gonna go Rage Shock. I pushed the button. It's happened. It's
Oh, no,
happening.
it's shock attack with an A-T-T-A-C-K.
Oh.
It's shock attack.
Well, I'll just hit the cancel button.
Oh.
S-H-A-W-K-A-T-T-A-C-K.
Do we have a specific?
Yeah.
Do we have a specific raid thing?
I don't know if I'm that smart.
Fair.
How about you just say your names, Punch Bunny, and
Just say avoid the rocket sled.
avoid rocket sleds. Right. I have no channel emote. So Rage. It's not letting me. Okay, there we go. Avoid rocket sleds. One second. There we go. Raid away.
There we go.